Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Josh over here at American AF Dumpsters in Dallas. Just wanted to shoot a quick little video and kind of let you know what to expect when you go to the landfill. So at the landfill, you have a weigh house or a front building, whatever you want to call it. No matter what landfill you go to or any transfer station, you have a weigh a scale where you need to, you need to get on. So basically, depends on the landfill you're at. Some landfills, if you go on a regular basis, you get a tear ticket, right? So what you would do is you would get on the scale the first time full, with your load full. You go, you dump your load, and then you come back and you get on the scale again so that they can get your empty weight. And then, from there they calculate or they subtract the difference, and that becomes your empty weight on your vehicle and trailer. So as long as you come with the same truck and trailer every time, they give you this tear ticket, and this tear ticket has your plate number and the plate number on the trailer, and it gives you your empty weight, right? So my empty weight on this truck and trailer is 12,240. So now every time I come to this landfill, they know that my empty weight is 12,240. So I only have to weigh in one time, and that's when I come full. So I'll come full, I'll weigh in on my way in, and then I dump, and then I'm done. I can leave right away. There's a separate lane to exit quickly and not have to get back in line again to get your weight. So that's kind of the gist of it. Some landfills are different, but this is one of the main ones here in Dallas that I know of. It's called McComas Bluff in South Dallas. So they have 3 different lanes to weigh in. Technically, the lane that I'm in right now, which is the one on the far left, is an exit when it's slow. But when it's really busy, the line's backed up. You can't see it, but it's pretty much backed up just about all the way to the street. They turn it into a incoming lane as well. And then what really sucks is that on a busy day, if you have to weigh in and weigh out, you've got to get back in line. And even though they let you cut in front of a good amount of people, you're still about 7 or 8 vehicles back. Each one takes probably 10 minutes to weigh in here. So, you're weighing in, I'd say, 7 to 10 minutes each truck. So anyway, let's go ahead and time it. It's 3:35 right now. Well, actually, the truck in front of me hasn't gone yet, so we'll wait till he moves up, and we'll time him. But that's what you do. That's so you're gonna, no matter where you go, whether you go to a transfer station, some of them make you get out, walk to the window. Some you can do it right from the truck, kind of like a teller at a bank. You can insert your stuff. So the guy in front of me is moving forward now. It's 3:36. Let's see how long it takes him to weigh in and move out of the way. So again, regardless of where you go, you're going to weigh your load. Most places, most transfer stations will require you to weigh in and weigh out. Some of the smaller places won't save your information for next time and give you a tear ticket. This one, like I said, this one's a bigger one, and they do. If you're in the area, there's one in Ennis that we go to. It's a pretty big landfill. They're a little bit more expensive, but there, unless you do, I think it's like, I think they said $1,000 a week in fees. Unless you do about $1,000 a week in fees, I believe that's what they said. They won't add you to the system because it bogs down their system. Too many different vehicles and people. So there's hardly ever a wait though. So there you pull in, you jump on the scale right away, and then you go dump, and it's not that far from the entrance. And then you pull out right away, and they have another lane, another scale to weigh out. Super easy, usually pretty quick. But again, just kind of depends on your area. A transfer station is much nicer. I've got a video that I'll probably post right here of me in a transfer station. It's the one that I went to in North Dallas is super clean. I call it like the Hilton of landfills. It was easy to get in and out, indoors, so it saved me from the weather or the elements. It was great. So But that one is a little bit further for me, so I don't go there very often. They do charge a little bit more money to per ton. So here I pay only $36 a ton with a 1 ton minimum. Over there it's like $55 a ton. But in all honesty, if you have one near you, I would much rather go there. My time's worth a little bit more than that, $15 an hour, $15 difference per ton, to be honest with you. In and out, and it saves your vehicle. No worries about nails getting stuck in the mud, none of that stuff. So and there it's all the same thing. You weigh in, you weigh out, you pay the difference. So no need to be nervous about things. I know I have one guy told me he got nervous the first time he went to the thing, because the landfill, because he didn't know what to do. Just have all your stuff in order. Make sure you have your driver's license. Most of the places ask for your driver's license and a form of payment. If you're paying by cash, sometimes they'll make you pay a larger amount, probably like $150. And then on your way out, they'll give you the difference back. It's much easier to use a debit card and or a company credit card. One, you get points on it, which is what I do. I've got a, actually, I could show you. It's my Carnival card, because I like to get Carnival points, so I can go on a cruise whenever this pandemic is over and they open up the cruises back up again. My family and I we're huge cruisers, but we miss it a lot. So get points, and then you just pay it off right away, and that way you don't incur interest, fees, or anything like that. And it's much easier for them to hold your card, and they just charge you once on your way out. So just have your stuff ready. If you have a tear ticket, have your tear ticket, your ID, and your credit card ready to go, so that when you finally get to the window, you have all their information. If it's your first time, write your plate number down, or take a picture like I do of your truck plates and your trailer plates, so that you can go in there right away, have all that information, fill out the form for your first time, and then you're out. There's nothing worse than somebody who is in line in front of you who you can tell doesn't know what they're doing. Sometimes some of these guys, they don't speak English, and a lot of these workers, they don't speak Spanish. So you can tell that they're having communication issues. Guy in front of me looks like it's his first time right here. He doesn't really know what he's doing. So far he's going on 5 minutes, and still waiting. So once you're in, you follow directions. A lot of times they'll have people directing you on where to go. You will go to somebody who will tell you usually where to park, or where to pull, to back up to, so that you can dump. Follow directions. Those guys don't mess around either. Those guys want you in and out as fast as possible. So make sure that if you're in a landfill like this, throw your 4-wheel drive on, because you never know how muddy it's going to get. Even if it's dry out, if it had rained within the last week, the way these guys move dirt around and move this trash around with these big bulldozers, it's going to more than likely get muddy and get stuck. If you have a 2-wheel drive vehicle, you're going to see in my last video that I posted, this guy's writing his plate numbers down now. He's going to his trailer, looking at his trailer. Can't even read his plate number because it's all bent up. Yeah, let me put this thing in park for a little bit. So yeah, have your if it's your first time backing up a trailer, a lot of times you will be required to back in between 2 different vehicles or something like that. So just make sure you know what you're doing. You know how to back up a vehicle or with a trailer behind it. If you don't, just go to, it's not that hard. Just go to a parking lot, put down a couple cones and learn how to back up a trailer using your tow mirrors, and you got to make sure you turn around. But going back, if you have a 2-wheel drive vehicle, I would highly suggest staying away from these major landfills and just going to the transfer stations, because these landfills, like I said, you're going to see in the video before this, I have a video, and I'll link it here, where it was a day in the life video that I did just the other day, where there were several cars stuck, and it was a beautiful day out. Hadn't rained. It rained over the weekend, and it was Monday. Most everything looked dry, but yeah, that mud underneath was definitely wet. And now he dropped his pen. Now he's got to climb under the scale to get the pencil or pen. Holy moly! Then we're going on 13 minutes. Sorry, I can't add. It's been 8 minutes, not 13. But anyways, turn your four-wheel drive on. Make sure that you know how to back up a vehicle. Don't be too nervous. Follow instructions. Have your paperwork ready. Have your driver's license and form of payment ready, and you'll be good to go. You won't be this guy who's making us all wait because he doesn't know what the heck he's doing. So he didn't watch my video. That's what it is. So before you go to the landfill, make sure you watch this video. Get your stuff ready. I'm running out of things to say while I'm waiting for this guy to get out of my way. What else? Search all the different landfills around you so that you know, a lot of times with this extra weight, you're spending more money in fuel going all over the city. You want to pick up the trailer from your customer's house and hit the nearest landfill that can take the type of material that you're dumping, so that you're wasting less time, less fuel, and you can move on to the next customer, right? Should also know like busy times, slow times, transfer stations versus landfill. What I would do is just do a quick Google search in your area. Landfills near me, transfer stations near me. That lane has had 3 different vehicles go while this guy's still waiting here. Super frustrating. But yeah, Google all that stuff. Write down how much it costs for their dump fees. Know what they charge, what their minimums are, what their, some places won't take shingles, some places won't take appliances. Most places, I think all the places, require a different area if you have tires. Find out all that information. Things to ask for, again, is going to be one, what are your dump fees? How much do you charge? What are your minimums? What does that minimum include? Some of them is a 1-ton minimum. Others have a 1.5 ton minimum. Others charge per yard with a 5-yard minimum. So learn all that stuff before you start your business, because it'll make things a lot easier when you're in a rush, you're in a bind trying to get from one customer to the next, and you don't know which landfill you got to go to or which one's going to take what material, and you've already committed to a certain time for a drop-off. Which brings me to one more point. As far as drop-offs are concerned, I do a 2-hour window. I'm like AT&T, or 2 to 3 hour window, depending on how busy I am that day. It looks like this guy's done. So it's been now it's been 12 minutes that, and he's walking about as slow as he possibly can to his truck. Yeah, let's move on up, and I'll finish here in a little bit. So you roll up onto the scale, make sure all your all your tires are on there. You park and you go talk to the person. All right, so that took me about 352, 5 minutes, a total of 5 minutes. It would have been sooner, but she was too busy looking at how long the line was instead of trying to get the line to move quicker. But anyways, apparently there's some people that watch this channel that also work here, so I'm not going to talk too bad on them because I love you guys. Wish I can give you guys an extra $20 and let me get in front of the line quicker. If that's an option, I am more than happy to give somebody a little bit of a bribe. Anyways, so again, when you know your stuff, or when you have all your stuff ready, I should say, when you have all your stuff ready, it makes things a heck of a lot easier to go through that line. This one is heavy. This one's a lot of shingles again. My roofing company Let's see this one. So what they'll do is they'll give you your tear bag. So I just put my tear bag down there so I have it for the next time with my empty weight. And then they'll give you another receipt with you know, how much this load currently weighs, and then what they charged. So 18,140 was my weight, my current weight, my gross weight. And again, my manual tear, or my tear weight, is 12,240, which puts me at 5,900 pounds. Not bad. I give the customer 4,000 pounds allowance, or you know, up to 4,000 pounds, up to 2 tons included in my fee. So I will be charging this customer an additional $45 1 ton charge for overage. So once you're in the dump or in the landfill, you just follow directions, follow, you know, where you're told to go. This one usually only has 2 different ways. I've only been the other way a couple times. This is usually the way I go, way to the top of the hill, and then there's a fly stuck in my truck and all kinds of dust everywhere. So and then off you dump and you get out as fast as you possibly can. So if you have a tarp, which I do most of the times, this time I do not because it was lower than the top, but if you have a tarp, you don't usually take it off until you actually get down there. I've seen people take it off in line, which is fine too. If you're in line and you're waiting to get in, you want to take your tarp off, I don't see an issue with that. Nobody else is, it's not a big deal as long as you're not holding the line up. So I've done multiple videos of me at the landfill. I don't think you really need to see all that, but this is more of what to expect. So you just keep driving until you see people dumping trash. Sometimes it's pretty quick, depending on where you go. Sometimes you're driving for what feels like a half mile on some of these really rough, bumpy roads. Make sure you keep your eyes open too. You don't want to run over any big boulders or any big pieces of concrete or any 2x4s with nails sticking out of it. So always keep your eyes open for debris on the ground that falls off some of these other trucks. A lot of these guys, it's not their tires, or their employees or whatever. They can care less whether they, you know. There's a line to dump down here, so let me flip the camera around and show you guys where I'm at. So here we are. Not really at the top of the hill. Not really at the top of the hill, more like midway through the hill. And there's man, there's a lot of cars in line to dump. This is why you need to be in and out as fast as you possibly can. If you have a 2-wheel drive vehicle, you're holding up the line. If you don't know how to back up and you sit there for 10 minutes trying to back your trailer up, you're holding up the line, y'all. In and out as fast as you can. All right, so while I wait to dump, let me wrap up my video, or my thoughts that I was talking about earlier about my window that I give myself for the customers. So I like to give them a 2 to 3 hour window at the most as to when I'll be dropping off. So usually morning, afternoon, or evening is kind of where I do it. 8 to 11 or 9 to 12 type deal. Just kind of depends on where my schedule is. That way I'm not rushing from one to another, or I don't have like or waiting in line here at the landfill and it makes me look bad. You know, I let the customers know, especially if it's a real bad rainy week, or you know, if it has to do with the mud. Hey, you know, this rain is causing a lot of headache and backup at the landfill. So the times are unpredictable. So I can give you a range of time that I'll be there from 8 a.m. to 11 or 8 to noon, or noon to 4, noon to 2, whatever you think you can do. That way, if something else comes up, I'm not, like I said, I'm not rushing back and forth to get to a customer, or I don't get a bad review because, I told the customer I would be there at such and such time, and I ended up being a half hour later, an hour late. A lot of times these guys, they have, workers waiting, or, they want to schedule the workers. If it's a specific time that they need, then I would, maybe even charge a little bit more. I haven't done it yet, but maybe even consider charging a little bit more. That way I can know for a fact I won't double book the trailer and have it run back to back. And I'll just, I'll stage it the night before, emptied, so that the next morning or the next day, whatever the time is, I can make sure that I'm there on time. Also, when I go to pick up a dump trailer, I let the customer know if they booked it for 24 hours or they have it rented for 24 hours. I'll let them know it's that time or later, so I can pick up, if it's a 4 p.m. drop off, then I'll pick it up the following day at 4 p.m. or later. Main reason is, again, I don't want to commit to have to be there at 4 o'clock, and they want me to move the vehicle so they can get a vehicle out of the garage, or whatever it may be. I've even done it to the point where I was out of town, I was stuck, and I told the customer, hey, do you mind if I pick it up first thing in the morning? Sure, no problem. Just communicate with your customer so that they know what's going on. That's most important. As long as you stay, open communication with you and your customer, text them or whatever, call them or whatever you need to do to make sure that they know what's going on. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's what to expect when you're at a landfill. Have your paperwork ready, have your stuff ready, know how to back up a trailer. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, guys. Looking at growing this channel. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, I have the link below in the descriptions. Make sure you join the Facebook group. In order to join that Facebook group, though, you have to have subscribed to this channel first and foremost. So give me a thumbs up, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.